is going on, everybody? Chris here, and FSD is gonna take me home from the hospital. I don't even know if I'm posting this video or what. Well, I guess if you're watching it, obviously I posted it. But yeah, I had some craziness. I posted about it on X. Honestly, did not think it was a big deal when it was happening. But I figured I'd make a quick video to show you, at least a little bit of FSD taking me back and explain kind of what happened. Because I would have never expected this, and I kind of feel like if, even one person could see this video and in the future remember it and help them a little bit, to deal with a situation like this. I also only have my glasses with me, so I'm going to try to keep my head steady here, but whatever. The video won't be posted unless it's good quality and everything. So here's, what I got. Doesn't look too bad. All said and done, could have been a lot worse, and things are fine, but I had a really small, and I'm going to tell you I won't go into too much detail, but if you're squeamish and don't like this stuff, yeah, we're watching FSD take me, but also I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff that happened. So just a fair warning, if you don't like that, you can just skip this one. So I had some pain here on my ring finger next to the nail. This was on Wednesday, so today is Sunday, so to keep it all in context. It started before Wednesday, but really the main thing was Wednesday. It started to get a little bit red, like just barely. Maybe I'll show you a picture of what it looked like. And I knew that was probably an infection, so I just did a telehealth. I just talked to the doctor on the phone and was like, "Hey, I got this." Showed him the picture that I just showed you, and whatever. And he was like, "Oh, that doesn't look so bad, but let me give you this antibiotic just in case. You can take that." I said, "All right, thanks." So I started taking that like right away, and later that night, this got way worse. And I don't know how many pictures I'll show you because they get kind of gross. But it was hurting pretty bad. And there's nothing I could do at night. So I go to bed, wake up the next day, then go to urgent care. He looks at it and he goes, it should be okay. He did some stuff for me and then sent me home. He's like, if it's not better in the morning, just, call me and we'll give you a better antibiotic. So I went home, I go to bed, and I get a really bad fever. It was 102.6, and, Stephanie's like, you should probably just go to the ER. And, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Nobody wants to go. And, it was the fever mainly, but, that's, you got to be careful. That's bad. So, sorry, I'm pretty tired. It's been a crazy day. So my talking may not be as nice and fluid as it normally is. So I did another telehealth. I was like, here, let me call, telehealth. I think that was Stephanie's idea too, actually. I was like, I'll talk to them. If they tell me to go, I'll go. If not, then cool. So I talked to telehealth. The glasses also have a time limit, so there's going to be a little transitions here and there. So he basically told me, pick up the prescription in the morning, take that, and you should be good. And so I said, all right, thanks. And I said, if I don't have to go to the ER at 102.6 temperature, like what temperature should I go? He's like, maybe 103. I'm like, all right, you're the doctor, like whatever. So I go to bed, wake up the next morning, no fever. That's great. I pick up my new thing. And this is on Halloween, so this is a Friday. And again, today is Sunday. And my finger just keeps getting worse and worse. We should not be breaking here. I'm going to report that. The finger is like getting worse. So then kind of the nail in the coffin is, long story short, I finally saw some like red streaking here on my arm. And, I worked I'm a biologist, so I know what that means. It means the bacteria is traveling. The weird thing is there wasn't any streaking on my finger. It started somewhere around here, so I think it had been there and I missed it at first because I was looking here for any streaking and there really wasn't any. The first place I saw it was here. And so, again, a lot happened, but it was like, all right, fine, let me go to the emergency room because it's Halloween, 11 p.m. I'm glad I waited because I still got to take the kids trick-or-treating. So I feel like that was kind of worth it. But let me just put this over so you can see that graphic better. And so I go, and they take me in pretty quick, and they put me on IV antibiotics, which I hate needles, and it's totally irrational, but, whatever. It's fine. So they put me on that, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be fine. Like, they're going to give me this, and then it's going to go away. And then just a couple hours later, so it's like 2 in the morning, they're like, yeah, we're going to transfer you to a bigger hospital. And I'm like, what is going on? And they had to do a tiny little bit of surgery here. I'll tell you, again, squeamish warning, they did cut off my nail, which was, you got to think, I'm like, this situation is escalating. They're like, yeah, we're going to transfer you, and they're going to cut your nail off. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, So I go there, they do that at, I don't know, probably 6 in the morning. I obviously have not slept. And Full Self-Driving did take me from that hospital to the second one, which was nice. I actually think I did have to intervene one time for something. I can't remember what. But I will tell you, did I need FSD to get there? If I had another car, would I have made it? Yeah, I would have made it. I did not need FSD. But having this painful hand and just like the stress and everything, it was very helpful. Like, I loved having it. It definitely helped me get there. It did the whole drive from my house. It's doing this drive now. It did 99% of the drive from one hospital to the other. So it is a really valuable asset. And like, in even more serious situations, let me know if you've had any. It's helped people. And I had people responding on X saying like, in this situation, FSD took me in this situation. So anyway, after they did that to my nail, hand surgeon came in and did some more, and it was awful. I mean, it was a really bad experience. Like, the doctors were really good. Everything is good now. I'm going to be fine. I still have some follow-up appointments and things I have to do with this and drugs I have to take and all that. But it just got scary when I thought like, it literally like went from my finger hurts to 2 days later getting like surgery on my finger. And then being like, yeah, we don't know what bacteria it is. We think these antibiotics are working, but we have to try. They were trying all these different antibiotics. It just escalated so quickly. I think the acceleration of severity is what really kind of like freaked me out. So when I made that first post on X, at that point, I was like, oh, this is a big deal. I'm just, sharing something. I used FSD to get to the emergency room. Like, that's interesting. And then I realized, like, I didn't post for a long time. And like, I don't know if people were worried or whatever, but I was like, I should probably update. But Stephanie had come to visit me at that point. And so I was like, hey, can you just post an update? Like, just so people know that, it's like, I'm okay. I just haven't really posted. And so she updated everyone. And then that started like spreading really quickly. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, just give me my phone. Let me, let me say below there. Like, it's getting better. Cause at that point, like, the majority of the craziness was done. I didn't want people to think I was like dying. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, staying in the hospital is not fun. All the staff was amazing. They all did really, really good work. They were super nice. They did great, with managing pain and everything. At the end of the day, like, it could have been a lot worse. People deal with much bigger things than this. But yeah, for a couple of hours there, it was kind of scary. So yeah, just sharing that, a little story. Letting FSD kind of do all this work for me is really nice. And I got to say, it did help out. Again, I'm not kind of trying to overinflate it. I'm not saying that like, oh, I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't be here today, guys, if it wasn't for FSD. It's something like that. But it did help get me there. It did make the experience like more comfortable. And honestly, I feel like safer because I could concentrate on, making sure everything was safe and like not worrying too much about my pain and all of that as it kind of drove me there. So anyway, that's what happened. I should be good. You'll be seeing varying levels of this in, the videos for the next few months, probably. It's going to be a lot of time, I think, to get back to where my finger was, but it's supposed to make a full recovery, I hope. That's what it sounded like, so we'll see. But hopefully videos will be coming back soon. I don't plan to stop. And insurance-wise, that's a big deal in the U.S., obviously. I know I have a lot of people outside the U.S. I got a buddy from the U.K. He was like, oh my God, do you have to pay for this? And for a bit, I didn't know, but I think we're all covered. I mean, I have to pay some money, of course, but I think it's going to be all good on that end. So no worries there. Overall, turned out probably as good as it could have, considering the circumstances. So, but thanks for all the well wishes, everybody. I appreciate it. It was really nice of you that you guys were kind of commenting and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Part of me wishes I just never posted anything because it's like, who cares? Not that big of a deal, and I don't want to like worry people for no reason. But I don't know. I feel like since I started it, I owe you kind of a closure and an explanation and just a little bit of sharing about kind of what happened. So that's on me. All right, sorry, I skipped a little bit because I ended the video, but I think there's gonna be a lot of questions. So what happened exactly? I don't know, and nobody really knows. Basically, I got an infection from some bacteria that was honestly probably on my skin. Again, as like a biologist, it's not that weird to me. We're covered in bacteria. It's like supposed to be that way. But sometimes the bacteria on your skin gets somewhere it's not supposed to be. And it starts growing and kind of causes these infections. It could have been a hangnail. It could have been, I just bumped it on the counter and whatever. And it's not exactly supposed to be a science lesson, but bacteria got under my skin and it was supposed to be on my skin. That's basically all it was. It wasn't it's not MRSA. It's not some crazy unknown bacteria. They did eventually find out what it was. It's just like some kind of staph and it was like a totally normal version that normal antibiotics can cure. It's just for some reason it grew really fast, and the drugs they gave me didn't cure it. And kind of the lesson I think people could maybe take from this video, or like could help somebody out, is if you see these things not getting better with the medicine, I mean, the antibiotics should kick in within like 24 hours or so. Kind of ramp it up a little more quickly. I think I probably, with everything that happened, I probably could have got to the hospital like one day earlier, and things probably would have been a little easier. But I don't know. You know, it's easy in hindsight, right, to say that. I'm trying to think of what I knew the day before, and I think that I didn't really know about the spreading, you know, so the streaking. And I think that was kind of the final nail in the coffin, where I was like, all right, this is crazy. Like it got past my elbow is when I went in. And that's pretty dangerous, because if it gets to your heart, then, you know, bacteria gets into your blood, and it's, you know, no good. It's really, really bad. And I'd still have to go through all of what I went through anyway if it came to that. So anyway, I just wanted to add that in there at the end. Thanks for watching, guys. I haven't done anything. FSD's been doing all the driving. So hope you enjoyed this one, and you will see me in the next video.